James Wellness, thank you so much for joining me today. These two wines are next. One is a Gewürztraminer from Anderson Valley 2020 vintage. The other is a Pinot Bianco, also 2020 vintage from Sonoma County. Stay tuned, I'll give you my thoughts and point scores on these two wines. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already, and if you already have, molto grazie to you, I do appreciate it, and please give a like to this video. So it wasn't until I tasted a wonderful Alsatian Grand Cru Gewürztraminer, and I just thought it was a glorious wine. It was something that was just so fantastically beautiful, delightful, and I had to just say, I cannot believe that I actually enjoy Gewürztraminer. In general, I'm not a huge fan of Gewürztraminer, but I definitely appreciate one that's actually a leaner Gewürztraminer, and it's going to be not so sugar intense, and really is fitting for meals in my opinion, and this Gewürztraminer definitely does that. So let me start off first though, the Pinot Bianco. Now let me show you the label up close. I love this label. I think it's so old-timey and appropriate, and it's just so fitting for the site itself and the brand. Here's the Armorial Standard, the back label for you to look at here, and elegant, gorgeous, beautiful variety. Now the wine is aged stainless steel, 460 case production, 13.2% ABV, 1.6 grams of sugar per liter, $29 price point. And this is a wine you can only get from the producer itself. One thing I love about Pinot Bianco, Pinot Blanc, is it's just so confident in its characterization. No apologies, it is what it is, and it's a really wonderful thing. The nose is presenting characterization of autumnal fruit, apples, quince, pears, as well as moistened shells and floral notation. Next is the palate characterization. I love the Granny Smith characterization on the palate. The dried lemon peel is coming in the mid palate, and oyster shell as well as a hint of floral. It's a nicely fine-tuned wine, absolutely beautiful. This is a 92 point wine out of 100 points. This is an exquisite, beautiful bottle of wine. I love Pinot Bianco year-round. There's no season of the year that I don't like it, but I just find it so fitting and appropriate for the autumnal meals of, say, U.S. Thanksgiving, and fitting for so many dishes. Obviously turkey, but I'm going to go with roast chicken, salmon. I'm going to also serve this with even roasted pork, I think would be very nice with this. So on this, I can go with many seafood dishes as well. So there's not many things you can't serve with this. It is not easy to find a good, well-produced Pinot Bianco that's created here in the United States, but this is one of them. And next is a Gewürztraminer from Anderson Valley. This is, again, a very lovely, lovely wine year-round, but to enjoy, especially for the autumnal periods where we're feasting on amazingly good foods. And I think of this in terms of just enjoyment of U.S. Thanksgiving, but also you can enjoy this with spicy food. So Asian dishes is often assigned with Gewürztraminer, but I'm also going to even say Mexican food. So not overly hot Mexican food, because I can't eat overly hot. I eat a very mild Mexican food cuisine because it's a bit too hot for me, even at the medium level. Often Mexican food is always assigned to margaritas. So I love margaritas, but I don't drink them all the time. And to me, sometimes I want wine with food, including Mexican food. So this is a nice fitting wine for that as well. So this wine is 100% stainless steel production. Let me show you the label up close. This is the Gewürztraminer Anderson Valley. You're gonna see that right here in the back, 2020 vintage, 419 case production, 14.5% ABV, and 6.7 grams per liter. If you look at that in terms of, say, a sparkling wine, and a lot of people are going to perceive a brut style wine, say in the 6% range or 6 grams per liter range, is going to be something where it is going to be not noticeable or very highly unnoticed. Probably the best way of saying that. So I think a lot of people are worried about tasting Gewürztraminer. It's going to be a high sugar content wine, and one where, you know, people just don't want to, you know, have that wine for dinner, or even a standalone wine that they're drinking prior to a meal. And so when I think of this wine, I think it's one that's so nicely produced, and I think it's absolutely appropriate to serve with many foods, Thanksgiving foods, seafood dishes, as well as Asian and again Mexican dishes. So tropical fruit notes on the nose, seared apple, a bit of pear notes, bright floral notation, and honeycomb. Next is the palate characterization. Now the initial taste is tart citrus characterization. The mid palate is of white stone fruit and apples, nutmeg, a dash of clove, and floral finish on this one. This is 92 points out of 100 points, and I'll put more information on the producer down below so you can acquire these wines from states in the United States that can receipt wines from California. It's a nice producer. In fact, I have a playlist right up here, so it'll say Castello di Amorosa playlist, so you can see all the videos and the diversity of wines that they do produce. Thank you so much for watching today, and consider this wine for your tasting table, especially for US Thanksgiving. I think it's a nice place to start if you've not tasted these varieties or from these regions. Thank you again. I will see you very soon. Please consider following me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Additionally, questions and comments you can list down below. That's where the like button is. And stay tuned for more wine reviews to come. I appreciate you coming to this tasting table. So I will see you very soon. And thank you again for watching. Santé.